Welcome back. We are now joined by Dr. Bob in our Paws in the City segment. How are you doing today, Dr. Bob?
I am doing so well. It's been a great month for me.
I know, I'm so excited. We have to let our viewers know, in case they hadn't heard, you were voted Best Vet by Toledo City Paper.
And the best groomer as well.
And the best groomer.
Yes.
Oh, I needed to know that.
Yeah.
And because of Scruffy and Cupcake, which we'll talk about Scruffy in a minute. And you also won an award recently, last week, at Sylvania.
Right. The Sylvania Chamber of Commerce had voted and elected me Businessman of the Year in Sylvania. I was very thrilled. I had no idea it was coming. So
well, we love you. The Glass City loves you. We're glad you're part of our family and everything. And let me tell you, you did see Scruffy for me. Scruffy is my Maltese. And he had a little injury. You were so nice. He's doing so much better.
That's excellent to hear.
Thank you. I loved your office, your girls. Everybody was nice.
Thank you.
So, with that being said, March, great month. Oh, and I have to say, this is also your anniversary. You had some health issues. You're totally recovered.
Yep. 2 years ago, I had triple bypass surgery, and I'm fully recovered and feeling great, and I'm going to be around a long time.
Oh, well, we like that. We need you here, and I love it that you're representing Ohio State.
Well, that's right, even though they got hammered by Arizona. But, you know.
And I knew that.
Sure you did.
Well, let's talk about March, the spring, the weather's changing, our little animals are in the house.
Right.
What else can happen? How can we help ourselves?
Well, it's time. Dogs and cats both should be on heartworm preventive year round.
Okay.
But it's also the time of the year to get started on flea and tick control. And should you not get started on time, or if you never got the problem solved, you've got fleas in the house. So I thought we would talk about how do you get rid of fleas in the house.
We need it, yes.
So the first order of business is you could always call an exterminator. But if you call an exterminator, you need to ask them, are you going to move the furniture? And are you going to treat under my beds and under my dressers in the house? Most of the exterminators won't do that. A vacuum is a great, and I couldn't bring my vacuum. Not that I'm even familiar with one. But a vacuum is a really good flea control device because you're just sucking them out of the carpet.
Okay.
It's interesting to know that fleas don't jump off and on the animal.
Okay.
What they do is they lay eggs, and then the house gets contaminated, and you have the stages of the flea's life cycle in the carpet, and then they start jumping on people in some houses and back on the animals. So one of the things that you can do is vacuum first, and then use this product, or something similar to this. It's a premise spray, and it's the same kind of thing that's in bombs, but bombs just go up into the air and settle down.
Okay.
All right? And it doesn't get in underneath, so it's more work, but you use premise spray, and you do it a room at a time, and you vacuum, and you move the furniture and spray and move it back.
Now, does this stuff go on furniture? Should you put it on your furniture? Like my dogs like to lay on the couch.
You should put it on your furniture.
Okay.
It doesn't last very long, but it does have an insect growth regulator in it to help the eggs shrivel up so that the life cycle gets broken.
Okay, good.
Now, if you have young kittens and puppies, and to be able to tell whether or not you've got a problem in the yard, a flea comb is a great tool.
Okay.
You can comb out the fleas out of a puppy or a kitten when they're too young to have insecticides put on them.
Right.
All right. And the flea control products that you apply to your animals, in my opinion, should not contain pyrethrins or permethrins because they have the potential to be cumulatively toxic.
Okay.
Right? Now, this is a really cool thing. This is a flea trap. So people get concerned sometimes. They have young children and they don't want to spray their house with insecticides, and so they want to avoid that. And this flea trap was designed by a veterinarian called Dr. Flea. It's Dr. Dryden at the Kansas State University. And he designed this to be maximally attractive to fleas. So you turn it on at night, and you do it, and the fleas that are in the carpet will jump in. You get stuck on flypaper-like material, and you physically removing the fleas from the house. So it's absolutely safe to have in a household with young children. And another product that's out there, and I look to bring some today, is a third generation borax powder that you can sprinkle in your carpet. The problem is it's really fine, and boy, what a mess it creates.
Right.
But it's guaranteed to work for a year, and it's so dry it just takes the fleas and sucks all the moisture out of them, and they don't have a chance to survive. So those are the things that you do. I strongly encourage people to use flea premise spray because it's so much easier than almost anything else that we're doing. But regular vacuuming really does a good job. But you got, particularly if you have cats, you got to get under the beds where they'll get. The fleas are going to be in little hidey spots.
Okay, well, you know what? That's all the time we have for Paws in the City today, but we are so thankful. You can see Dr. Bob at Sylvania Veterinarian, and you sell these products there.
We have all that stuff there.
You can tell them you see it on Glass City Grind today, and your staff will know exactly what to get you.
Exactly.
All right? Thank you. We'll be right back after this.
Thanks a lot.